You can be Dick
Worst nuclear accident in history.
Missile away, missile away.
Roger, missile away.
A U.S. missile defense test makes the grade. Could it lead to a new arms race? And coming to blows. Bending gender inside the boxing ring.
From ABC, this is World News Tonight, Sunday.
Good evening, I'm Carol Simpson. A wide-scale investigation is underway into the massive nuclear disaster which contaminated the outskirts of Tokyo on Thursday. Doctors say 3 workers exposed to the worst of the radiation are not likely to survive. One of them faces bone marrow surgery this week. Tonight, the government and the company are under fire over shoddy safety procedures. ABC's Bob Jamieson is in Japan.
Government investigators converged on the uranium processing plant and the headquarters of the company that owns it today to begin the investigation into the accident. Earlier this weekend, the company president went to an evacuation center and got down on his knees to apologize. Another official revealed that the illegal procedures had been used at the plant for the past 2 years to speed up the processing of uranium. Workers processed the radioactive material by hand, using buckets to transfer uranium instead of machinery. And there are reports the workers never received proper training. It also became clear today the company had no contingency plan for dealing with such an accident. And perhaps more alarming, the Japanese government didn't even require one. This was Japan's 5th nuclear mishap in 4 years. In the other 4, the government tried to cover up the seriousness of the accidents. But there were never changes in safety procedures.
This kind of things was waiting to happen. So the government and nuclear industry have lost public confidence utterly, I think.
And that may create a dilemma for the government. Japan has virtually no energy resources, and more than 1/3 of its electricity is produced by nuclear plants. Many of those 51 reactors are more than 30 years old and will soon need to be replaced.
Even if, the general public do understand we need the nuclear energy, it is rather difficult to find a new consensus of building a new nuclear power plant in Japan.
The Japanese government, meanwhile, says it will forge ahead with nuclear development, blaming this accident on simple human error. Bob Jamieson, ABC News, Tokyo.
In the United States, health officials say they are tracking air quality here along the West Coast, looking for radioactive fallout from Japan. Sampling stations in California, Oregon, Hawaii, and Alaska will monitor the air daily until the danger passes. The successor to the Star Wars anti-missile defense system is a step closer to reality tonight. The Pentagon says a key test, the interception of a mock enemy warhead, was a success last night. But the program still has many critics. Here's ABC's Carla Davis.
20 minutes after this unarmed missile made its dramatic liftoff from California's Vandenberg Air Force Base, an interceptor missile rocketed off the Marshall Islands 4,000 miles away. The 2 were blown to bits in a high-speed collision 140 miles above the Pacific Ocean.
What's really important about this is that we have hit a needle with another needle. It is technically an incredibly demanding and difficult achievement.
The defense system is designed to destroy missiles that rogue countries could aim at the U.S. Critics fear the success of this $100 million test is what some in Washington have been waiting for.
The problem is there's so many politics invested in this particular system that this kind of test is going to be interpreted as a justification for full steam ahead. Deploy the system.
At an estimated $28 billion, this proposed missile defense system would cost much less than its predecessor, the Reagan administration's $100 billion Star Wars initiative. This scaled-down system could be fully operational in 5 years. Critics fear these latest developments could set off another arms race.
The Chinese are planning to increase their and modernize their ICBM force. The Russians are upset and are talking about ending any further talks on reducing nuclear forces.
The Clinton administration says it will not approve any missile defense system that is not essential to U.S. defense or is not technically viable. 2 more tests are scheduled before a decision is made next summer. Carla Davis, ABC News, Washington.
A reported admission by the CIA may affect this week's Senate vote on the Global Test Ban Treaty. According to the Washington Post, the agency says it cannot monitor Russia's low-level nuclear tests accurately enough to ensure compliance with the treaty. Previously, the Clinton administration said it could. President Clinton is expected to keep pushing for treaty ratification, while most Republicans oppose it. Today wraps up a long weekend of ringing cash registers for the Democratic Party. The money raised this election cycle may break records. And as ABC's Andrea McCarran reports, the earning power of the party's main attraction shows no signs of slowing down.
Hollywood celebrities turned out in Beverly Hills this weekend for a fundraiser to help Democratic congressional candidates. But the real star of this event was President Clinton.
We need you. America needs you.
Pundits and pollsters say Americans are experiencing Clinton fatigue, but White House officials say the president is more in demand than ever.
For every event that the president does and agrees to do, we disappoint 5 or 6 other Democratic candidates around the country who just don't have the time.
This weekend alone, President Clinton was the featured attraction at 7 fundraisers for the Democrats, raking in an estimated $2.5 million.
We need all the help we can get.
And so does the Democratic Party.
The First Lady's raising money for herself. The Vice President's raising money for himself. That leads the President to raise money for the Democrats.
Republican frontrunner George W. Bush has raised an unprecedented amount of money for his presidential bid. And Democrats fear that Vice President Gore and Senator Bill Bradley will spend much of their money fighting each other, leaving the nominee virtually bankrupt before the general election. The Democrats are also planning to wage an intense battle to gain control of the Republican-dominated Congress. If the fundraising continues at its current pace, analysts predict that candidates from both parties will spend a record-shattering $3 billion this election cycle. And some say that estimate is conservative. Andrea McCarran, ABC News, with the president in Los Angeles.
A show of loyalty today from Vice President Al Gore for his embattled campaign chairman. A government report surfaced yesterday accusing Tony Coelho of financial improprieties while representing the United States overseas.
He is staying, and I haven't seen this report, but I know him, and he is going to continue doing the terrific job he's been doing as my campaign chair.
Coelho's attorney said his client did not violate any laws in a job that did not pay him a salary. Tomorrow's the first Monday of October, the beginning of the Supreme Court's term. Today, justices attended the traditional Mass, the Red Mass, preceding their session. This term, they'll consider issues like states' rights, public aid to religious schools, and grandparents' visitation rights. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg wasn't at the Mass. She's home recovering from colon cancer. Still ahead on World News Tonight this Sunday, the legacy of the brash Japanese entrepreneur who revolutionized consumer electronics. Also, faking it in high school, a new way to stop classroom cheating. And the real-life Truman Show that has Holland buzzing.
This is World News Tonight, Sunday. Brought to you by Toyota.
Will extra amenities in your life lead to greater happiness? Are 64 crayons in a box better than 8? Is there such a thing as too many cable channels? Introducing the all-new, redesigned Avalon, the most luxurious, most refined sedan we've ever created.
doctor about Viagra.
Great news for all you cats. Shock!
Marv, we can't buy this stuff ourselves.
I'm up. The Whiskas you love in a can now comes in the new Flavor Lock pouch.
Whiskas. What cats want. Can you believe it? My husband, Nolan Ryan, has arthritis. So his doctor says stay active and take Advil to make it easier. I take it for my arthritis pain, so we can exercise together.
Advil, stronger than pain.
In Japan, the end of an era. The co-founder of Sony Corporation died today. ABC's Bill Redeker looks back at the legacy of the man who helped transform his country into a technological powerhouse.
Akio Morita changed the meaning of the words made in Japan. He was a driving force behind Japan's transformation from a defeated and ruined nation into an industrial powerhouse. Morita co-founded the Sony Corporation at the end of World War II in a bombed-out department store with a $500 investment. Sony succeeded where American companies failed, in selling and refining American inventions like the transistor radio and the home VCR. Perhaps its most famous invention, the ubiquitous Walkman, which turned 20 this year. It was followed by the Watchman, the compact disc, and the camcorder. Unlike most Japanese executives, Morita was flamboyant and sometimes arrogant. Years ago, when I asked him to define the word innovation, he said, "Innovation is what I say it is." At the time, Sony was developing the first digital camera. That was 18 years ago.
The American Express cars don't leave home without it.
The author of a new book on Sony says Morita's brashness was deliberate, meant to appeal to more outgoing American executives.
Many American businessmen today will say Akio Morita is the only Japanese businessman that I was able to have a real conversation with.
But Morita also criticized American executives for their high salaries.
In Japan, corporation or company is not top management. Corporation is for group.
A public opinion poll last year showed Sony's brand name was #1 among American consumers, beating even Coca-Cola. Quite a legacy. Akio Morita was 78. Bill Redeker, ABC News, New York.
Coming up, the incredible lengths one family will go to save an orphan.
It's time for your heartburn to kick in because your heartburn relief gave out. It happens 2 or more days a week, even though you've treated it and changed your diet. That frequent, persistent heartburn may be due to acid reflux disease, potentially serious.
It's Prilosec time. Time to see your doctor about prescription Prilosec. Your results may vary, but for many people, Prilosec provides 24 hours of complete heartburn relief with 1 daily dose. Ask your doctor for more information about Prilosec and if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. 24 hours of complete heartburn relief is possible. It's Prilosec time.
I have the power to find the quickest route across town, to get tickets to the hottest shows, and reserve a table for 2 at virtually any restaurant. I drive an Escalade, the only luxury SUV with the executive assistance of OnStar Standard.
OnStar, how can I help you?
I have the power to make obstacles obsolete.
Escalade, it's good to be the Cadillac.
28 different children from 28 different families with 28 different futures whose parents all share the need for help making informed decisions on what matters most: their health, their finances, their future. One name, Aetna, for what matters most.
I should have used Preparation H.
Cool it fast. Introducing Prep